XOXOs, welcome back to my channel today. So on today's video, I decided to create this eye look for kind of some Coachella inspiration for this weekend, kind of just because I got some new products recently that I really wanted to try out, like this Stila liquid glitter eyeshadow. I thought that what better time than to create something that's super out there, super sparkly, super fun and colorful than right before summer and for Coachella. This is partially inspired by a girl whose name I'm gonna put right here, and partially inspired by the fact that I have a bunch of new things that I really wanted to play around with. Make sure you guys go and check out her video and her version of this. But if you want to see this and how I created this and kind of get inspired by my look, if you're going or if you wish you were going, then make sure you stay tuned for today's video and make sure you subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and I'm excited to have you guys here on my channel. So without further ado, let's get this video rolling. Let's do it. So recently I did a haul on my channel where I went to Marshall's, Ulta, and like a bunch of other stores. I actually came across a bunch of really high-end quality products, and one of those was this Stila liquid eyeshadow glitter and glow. It's in the shade Into the Blue, and I was so inspired by this. I thought it was so beautiful, so I wanted to make sure that I put a look on my channel that included this, and I felt like what better than to do something right before Coachella in case people are wanting to wear glitter or they're doing something super colorful. I know a bunch of neon colors are in right now, and like I've always been into like the pinks and the really shiny sparkly stuff. So this is what it looks like. My hands are orange as usual. It is just gorgeous, and I got this new top from Forever 21 that says Princess, so I figured I would wear it for this tutorial. I don't exactly know what yet I'm going to be using. I have a feeling I'm going to be using my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, as well as my Jaclyn Hill Morphe original palette. I'm going to start with, just so you guys know, I already did my face makeup and I have some concealer on my eyelids, but I want to use an actual primer. So I'm going to be going in with my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion, the original one, and just priming my eyelids because I want all of these colors to be super bold, although I do love my Shape Tape. Blend it in with my finger. And I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer for this next part. So for the next part, I'm gonna be taking my E17 brush by Morphe, and I'm going to be taking my BH Cosmetics Take Me Back to Brazil palette, and I wanna start with, I'm gonna do a combination of the darkest blue and this purple. Just going back and forth, and I'm gonna start making a little bit of a crease for myself. And I feel like the best way to smooth this out in the end is by starting off by just packing on the product and then worrying about the blending a little bit later. Okay, now because I want a little bit more vibrant of a blue and like a royal blue kind of feel, I'm gonna actually dip into my Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette and take this shade, and I'm just gonna keep packing that more toward the outer corner of my eye because I want the darkness focused more toward the outside. Next, I'm gonna be taking my E18, which is smaller and it's still like a buff, like dense brush. I'm gonna be going in with the black in this palette, so the shade all the way at the bottom. I'm just gonna add it in the outer corner and sort of make the illusion of like a triangle, I guess. I'm gonna wipe off a little bit of the shade that we just used. I'm actually wiping it on my pants right now. So just wiping it off, not cleaning it or anything, but I'm gonna go in with, I'll be taking this shade right here, the top purple. Just kind of adding that to the top of where we had already put the purple. I'm starting to just create like a little bit of an ombre effect. For this next part, I'm going to be taking my M506 brush. I'll be taking the hot pink shade right up here. Dust that off and then do the same thing, just go a little bit above what you already had. And here's where you're gonna wanna start to actually blend it out pretty good, because you don't want any harsh lines. Now going in with the lightest pink shade in the palette, I'm gonna just kind of do the same thing at the top of that. And I'm gonna go back in with a little bit more pink and just brighten that up a little bit more, help blend it more. Start dragging that out a little bit more for a winged effect. If you guys can see, I'm kind of using like the side of my brush so that the bristles just sort of flick outward. It's not too specific, but it still has a little bit of like direction. Now I'm gonna go back in with my E17 brush that I started with from the beginning, and I'm gonna grab more of the purple shade, the first purple shade we started with, not the top one, but the original one that we started with. I'm gonna go back over where there is purple. Just help pack that in more because I feel like the blending could be a little bit more seamless. So pack that shade in there a little bit more if you guys need it. And now I'm going back and grabbing more of the blue and the black shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm just gonna combine them a little bit and add them to the outer corner. Now I'm going back in again with the neon pink and just blending the shades out as much as you can. Lastly, before we go any further, I'm grabbing my M200 brush, and it has nothing on it, and I'm just gonna blend everything out. If you guys are doing this and you don't really feel like your colors are blended that well, then go ahead and go back in and do the same thing that we just did and just add each color little by little and keep blending it and combining it until you feel like it's super seamless. It might take you guys a little bit longer, or it might take you guys a little bit less time than it actually takes me. Just do what you gotta do. Now I'm gonna go back in with my BH Cosmetics palette, and I'm gonna be taking this sort of teal color at the top, the matte shade. Where is she? Right here. Just with any flat brush you guys have. I'm actually gonna use this wide one. I think it's more of a concealer brush, but it's flat, and I'm gonna use it to kind of sort of messily just add some blue to my lid. I wanna make sure there's no harsh lines with my eyeshadow before I add the actual glitter pigment, because I know it's like super liquidy and it dries like perfectly, and I just don't wanna have crazy harsh lines, so I'm just gonna basically put a base down for that. I'm just gonna go in with the M200 brush again and blend all that out. Now for the fun part, I'm gonna take this liquid eyeshadow and going in with my M416 brush. It's really small and detailed. I'm just gonna start applying a little bit of this liquid pigment onto my eyelid and then start spreading it out. And I'm just gonna use my finger to kind of soften the outsides of these because I don't want the glitter to be too harshly lined. But to help that out even more, I'm gonna go back in with a little bit of the black shadow on the E17 brush and kind of just add a little bit more pigment to the outside of my lid. Now underneath my eyes, I just want to use the neon pink and some black just to kind of deepen it even more. Taking a small brush, I'm going to be using my M330. I'm going to take the neon pink that we were using and just kind of like dust that underneath my eyes. I'm going to be really sloppy with it because I feel like I don't need it to be like super perfect. Just kind of drag down from where that wing is that we sort of made. Now I'm gonna go in with the E18 brush, and I'm actually gonna add a little bit of the dark purple that we were using in the very beginning again. Right here. Line underneath my eyes a little bit more so the blending can be smooth. And then taking my M326 brush with a little bit of the black pigment from the Jaclyn Hill palette, I'm just gonna go really close to my lash line and add really dark shadow. Alright, the next thing I'm going to be doing is taking my Anastasia Alchemist palette, and this is my highlighter palette. I'm going to be grabbing just like a fan highlighter brush. This is the M310. Take a combination of, honestly, blue sapphire, ultraviolet, amethyst, and pink opal, and I'm going to add them all to my collarbones. This looks so pretty in the sun and stuff. I love this. And then I'm gonna also add some to my cheekbones. I'm just gonna add a little bit of the pink opal because it's the lightest shade to my inner corner and right on my brow bone. Yay! So today I'm gonna be using these Broadway Eyes Mink Effect collection, and this is in Belle, with 3D volume, I guess. I got these actually at a Dollar General, so thank you, Dollar General. I feel like you're allowed to be super extra for Coachella, so I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Lip, and it's in the shade Rio. And then to top that off, I'm gonna go in with my Lime Crime Diamond Crusher lip gloss, and it is in the shade Acid Fairy. Oh my god, it's so pretty. That's like the cutest combination. So put on your lashes, ladies and gentlemen. If you guys have been subscribed to me for a little while now, and you know that I went and recently got eyelash extensions, I told you that I would give you my opinion of lash extensions after wearing them and doing makeup and everything for a little while. Although they are a wonderful thing to have when you wake up in the morning, you know, want to feel a little bit better, like it kind of feels like you have makeup on. It is not convenient and not fun to have while you are putting on makeup, in my opinion. It's really hard to get your makeup and everything off while you have the lashes on because you have to be so careful with them. And for somebody who really does love makeup and love to apply makeup, I feel like it gets in the way more than it's nice to have it for the convenience. Alright you guys, that is it for today's tutorial. Hopefully this inspires you for Coachella this weekend. If you're going, you're so lucky, and I would love to see pictures if you guys recreate this look. If not, then you're just like me and you're doing it for fun at home, and that is okay too. Make sure you guys hit that Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you liked today's video, and give me a huge thumbs up. Make sure you guys check out my social media if you guys want to see pictures and things like that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I love you, angels, and God bless.